Hey guys on YouTube, this is Hopping Average YouTube here. So it's over the Bosch Very Perfect EcoScience Drive WAT28371GB/69 washing machine, 9kg 400 spin, and home of the Bosch Series 4 8kg WTN 83200GB/01 condenser center dryer, and home of the Siemens iCenter EcoDrive Extra Class WM 140 492 GB/2 9kg 400, and home of the Siemens iCenter Extra Class WT46G 491 GB/12 9kg condenser sensor dryer. So yeah, so that's been able to tell guys. So that's really unfortunate, guys. I haven't got any washing to do apparently for these two machines apparently. Anyways, unfortunately, I haven't got any washing to do apparently because there isn't any washing down in the utility room today. So yeah, so unfortunately, so as you can see, guys, so I thought I'd just do an overview video of the Siemens iCenter Extra Class 9kg condenser sensor dryer WT46G 491 GB/12 condenser sensor dryer. So I thought I'd just do a review on this condenser sensor tumble dryer. So as you can see, anyway. So as you can see, this one here, I've not been filming Hopping Lovers YouTube videos for a while because I know lately though, because I have actually been doing live stream videos on Washington 2000 lately, which you guys have already seen anyway. So yeah, because you guys have already seen, I have actually been doing live stream videos for a while actually, because so yeah, this has been a long time I haven't been filming Hopping Lovers YouTube anyway. Probably because I haven't filmed it for like, say, months ago, I think, anyway. I think because I haven't filmed it for like 1 month ago, but nearly 2 months, I'll say. So yeah, which it was back in the 8th of May 2021, which it was last month ago I filmed this dryer. Which is, yes, this last month I filmed this dryer apparently. So yes, I thought today I'd do an overview on this Siemens condenser sensor dryer at 9kg, which you guys have already seen this video before, as I've just did do a live stream of it on Washington 2000. Anyway. So yeah, apparently this machine is basically a 9kg anyway. But I would have to say that this machine is much better quality compared to the Bloomberg TKF 845 AG50 though. I will have to say though, the 8kg WA Screen Plus condenser heat pump drive, which that drive is absolutely the worst anyway. You have the condenser heat pump one on the Bloomberg was absolutely the worst, apparently, because that was the worst quality we've had here anyway. Especially that literally was the worst quality though apparently, especially the moisture of it was the worst quality. So yeah, so yes, I thought I'd do an overview on this dryer. So yeah, as you can see, doesn't have any handles. As you can see, it does not have handles to it. As you can see though, it's the same as what you get on this machine here. Look, you know, it's where you have to pull and push it anyway. So you do that. So to open the door, you just got to pull it anyway. And then in here though, you just got your fluff filter, which is this part here though, which is this compartment, which you guys have already seen this anyway, which has got exactly the same fluff filter as the Bosch anyway, like on the Bosch Series 4 condenser dryer. So as you can see, it's got exactly the same filter as the Bosch though, apparently. So yeah, as you can see, it's got exactly the same filter anyway. And you guys have already seen this model, the WT46 G491 GB/12, which as you can see, this one is made in Germany. This one here is made in Germany. So yeah, as you can see, I've got a type here which is WDT2, and yeah, so yeah, and you also got the FD0011, and you got the 00144. That's one. I think that's one of the date codes you get on really anyway. And as you can see, it's got exactly the same label as the Bosch anyway. So as you can see, that's got exactly the same label as the Bosch anyway. So yeah, and as you can see, this is the massive, huge 9kg drum it's got inside. So yeah, so as you can see, it's got a 9kg drum inside, especially when I turn the drum around. As you can see, it's got exactly the same motor sound as the Bosch Series 4 anyway. So which obviously most Bosch have apparently, and Siemens. So yeah, and then below side here, it's your condensing tank moisture, which to open that this is where the water connects to it anyway, which I don't want to open it anyway, which this is where the water connects to the condensing tank thing anyway, connects to the pump anyway when drying clothes anyway. So you can see this is where you got the thing there anyway. This is where you get your condensing tank to connect the water just inside the bottom anyway. So yeah, that's where you get the water in tank dispenser right there anyway, which you've got to open it anyway. But it does actually come out quite quick, to be fair though. But the water does actually come out quite quick though, which I'm not going to demonstrate you guys doing it because I'm not going to demonstrate anyway. But so yeah, which I'm not going to demonstrate for you guys anyway. It's got the second same condenser tank as that anyway. And then by turning the dial though, this is where it has a light inside the dryer. You see, look, this is where it has a light inside it, which you can see this has got a light inside the dryer anyway. I have to say, very shiny light, I have to say. And then yeah, you see it, look, that's the light that's the light you probably could see anyway. But to be fair, that doesn't make any difference compared to the Beko and the Blomberg one, which I think the Blomberg heat pump dryer it used to have a light in there, but obviously that used to be off apparently because that light used to be off anyway. Which I remember one time though, the light used to be off. So yeah, which I remember one time though, because that used to have a light off. It did anyway that time. When we first got a dryer, it did have a light on just then. It did, but because then from this year, it just had it without the light off anyway, and like from inside the dryer. So yeah, you guys have already seen this anyway. It does have a light inside the dryer anyway, and to turn it off, it just goes off automatically. So yep, and then here is your condensing tank. As you can see, this has got the same condensing tank as the Bosch Series 4 anyway. It's got the same condensing tank as the Series 4 Bosch, which is the one from the ones at the utility room. You can see this is where you connect the water into it when the clothes get damp wet anyway. You know, when the clothes are like really damp from the one that's spinning from the washing machine. So yeah, that's where we put clothes, wet clothes inside the, well, obviously because we put damp clothes in anyway when the machine has finished the end of the cycle. This is where we put clothes inside the dryer anyway. Obviously we put them in the dryer anyway, and all that anyway. You know, because then when it's done by the water condensing tank, it comes into there anyway. Which I think this is what the Blomberg used to do anyway. So yeah, this is where it pumps out the condensing tank water into there anyway. Especially onto the bottom as well. Anyway. So yeah. So I thought we'd do some overview on this dryer. Anyway. Especially it's got a nice door glass, so you can see. The door glass are very similar apparently. Which on the Bosch Series 4, that doesn't have the door glass apparently. Unfortunately, the Bosch Series 4 doesn't have this glass anyway. Especially the see-through door glass anyway. And this one here, that's got a double glass door as the washer dryer range one. That's the double glazed door. You know, as I just felt that anyway. That's the double glazed glass door anyway, which is the same as what you get on the washer dryer range anyway. When they have the double glazed door anyway. So yeah, that's where they got double glazed glass door. So anyway, I'm not just going to close the dryer apparently, but anyway, we're going to do an overview on this dryer apparently, but obviously without starting this machine up anyway. So yeah, so anyway, we're now going to do an overview anyway. So just go through one of the programs. So what's been needed anyway, just go through one of the programs and all that anyway. So your first cycle, which is you got there though, just so as you can see, this is the Cotton's Cupboard Extra Dry. So as you can see, the first cycle you got there is the Cotton's Cupboard Extra Dry. So as you can see, she started from normal side. So you got level adjust right there. This is the level adjust. So yeah, so as you can see, this is the level adjust on there. So anyway, so you got 2 hours and 51 minutes, which is for standard. So you like your standard cotton dry, whatever it is. So yeah, so as you can see, you got so from standard it was 2 hours and 51, and you got the single dry. Well, obviously the low dry is 2 hours and 57, and the medium dry is 1 hour 3 minutes, and then you got the high setting, in which is listed as 3 hours and 9 minutes as well. Anyway, and obviously also you got on here this less ironing, so we press less ironing. Obviously, Sorry if I just pressed out the time drying. So your less ironing is the single dry. So again, you can have standard, low setting adjust, medium adjust, and high adjust, and then back to standard. So yeah, that's your less ironing times 1. Obviously, that's the low dry setting, and then also you got the less ironing, which that brings to fast rapid dry. So yeah, that's the. I think there is actually 2 single dries. You can see they've got 2 hours on there. One's a single, and then one's like a medium, less ironing. So again, you got standard, low, medium adjust, and high adjust. And then also the low heat setting there. It's also got a low heat setting there. You press the low heat. So for the standard with low heat, it's 3 hours and 40 minutes. So it goes from so again, you got a level adjust low setting, which is 3 hours and 20 minutes, and then medium adjust is 3 hours and 26, and then high adjust is 3 hours and 2 minutes. So yeah, that's the Collins Cupper Dry Extra Dry that you're setting there. That's the high adjust setting. So again, less ironing. So yep, so you got your low setting, medium setting for 3 hours and 26. So yep, and then one next to the low heat is the buzz on the account. So anyway, so yeah, so you got your buzz on the account there. Anyway, so that means when the dryer turns off. Anyway, also it does have a buzzer sound on it. Anyway, so again, all of this anyway. But it does have the buzzer count on there though, to be fair. But I think when the buzzer is actually turned off, you can't actually turn the buzzer off. Once the dryer has actually finished the end of the cycle, you can't actually turn the buzzer off. Anyway, you know, the silent mode off. Anyway, so yeah, so if the Collins Cupper Dry Extra Dry, we tend to dry with towels and especially with darks and whites and etc. So yeah, we tend to dry with towels and etc. and especially with bedding as well. Anyway, obviously, because with the Collins Cupper Dry Extra Dry, I tend to do it on the high setting, high adjust setting, which I tend to do it on that setting, to be fair. So yeah, which I just tended to do it on that setting. So yeah, that's the first cycle you got there, which is Collins Cupper Extra Dry. And then move on to the second program, which this is the normal Collins Cupper Dry. This is the normal setting, which so that's the Collins Cupper Dry you got there, which that's also to do with which that's pretty much similar to the Extra Dry one. So yeah, so you started from standard is 2 hours and 30 minutes, and then got your low adjust setting, which is 2 hours and 35 minutes, and a level 2 medium dry, which is 2 hours and 40 minutes, and then it's back to high dry, which is 2 hours and 45 minutes on this one. And then again, you got your less ironing on the edge. You can have less ironing on there, which you can have less ironing low setting and less ironing medium setting on there. And with standard, you can have low heat, which is this. That takes me to about 2 hours and 52 minutes. And low setting is 2 hours and 57. Medium setting is 3 hours and 52 minutes. 3 hours and 2 minutes. Obviously, that says 3 hours and 2 minutes, not 3 hours and 52. And then here is just 3 hours and 57 minutes for the high setting, for the Collins Cupper Dry setting. So again, with low here, you can set high setting on there. And then buzzer count, you can also have as well. You can also have buzzer on there. So you can also have buzzer on there. For example, you can also have buzzer anyway. So yeah, if I put it back to high setting, that's the way it was. Anyway, that takes me to 2 hours and 45. So if the Collins Cupper Dry, we tend to do with whites and etc. Which I have actually done that on Washington Vales anyway, which you guys have already seen that. Which I did a Collins Cupper Dry setting with whites the other time. Which I think that was the second cycle we did it anyway. That we did dry a load of whites on Collins Cupper Dry. So yeah. And you got the third cycle. That's the third cycle. Which this one is Collins Iron Dry. Which you guys have already known about this anyway. Which apparently is the same as what you get on the Bosch Series 4 anyway. Which I think the Collins Iron Dry, that only takes about 30 minutes. 30 minutes only to dry though. You know, because the Collins Iron Dry, that only takes about 30 minutes or so. Which which I remember doing that on live stream, and like on the Bush we saw that only takes about 30 minutes or 29 minutes anyway, which that's just the worst dry to have. That's completely terribly the worst cycle anyway, which I think the Cotton's Iron Dry is just absolutely the worst cycle, you know, especially like it did it on the Blomberg that time anyway, which I'm hoping I might be able to do Cotton's Iron Dry like we could do with dog bedding and etc and all that anyway. Probably could dry that with some dog bedding in it anyway, especially like we did on the Blomberg TK50, like I did on live stream by Washington 2000. So your Cotton's Iron Dry setting, that takes me to 2037 for standard. You got low adjust, which is 2009 minutes, and then medium adjust is 2011 minutes, and you got a high adjust setting, which that's 2013 minutes, which you can see that takes me 2030 minutes. But that obviously that cuts back up to about 2 minutes. It does actually takes me to about 2 minutes automatically, etc. Anyway. Oh, actually, you need to do less ironing. So less ironing you got is that's a low less ironing set, and then you got your medium set is less ironing as well. And low heat setting, as you can see, that takes me to 2029 minutes for standard with low heat, and with low heat with low adjust setting, which that's 2031. Again, that comes up to about 2 minutes. And then medium setting is 2033 minutes, and then high adjust is 2035 minutes. So again, you can have buzzer on there, you can have a buzzer on there, so etc. You can have buzzer on there. So yeah. So on this one you can have buzzer on there. So yep, that's the Cotton's Iron Dry setting you got there. And now moving on to the outdoor cycle. So as you can see, we got the outdoor cycle. Now the outdoor cycle is kind of similar to the sportwear cycle, which is similar to the sportwear though. So the outdoor cycle is very similar to the sportwear though, which if you had to dry some like sports, etc. You know, if you had to dry sport clothes in it anyway. Like for me, I tend to do it with darks and all that anyway. Like I do on Washington 2000 anyway. Like I did on the Bosch Series 4 the other time though, and especially on this dry anyway. Now the outdoor drying is similar to the sportwear one, so I get on the Bosch anyway. But for me, I tend to dry with darks and etc. But to be fair, that dry only dries with darks pretty nicely actually. To be fair, because I remember that time I did it on the Bosch anyway. Because on the Bosch Series 4 though, like I did on Washington 2000, that only took about 2 hours to dry. It did that time anyway. That took forever to dry that Bosch Series 4 anyway. I did it on sportwear dry, especially with darks anyway. That took 2 hours. That did that time. So yeah. So anyway, so the outdoor cycle. So for the standard dry, it's just 1 hour 47, and you got low adjust setting, which is also 1 hour 47, and medium adjust is 1 hour 47, and again it's just high setting for level adjust. Which again, I think to be fair, now this time that stays at 1 hour 47 minutes, but once I press that, it stays at 1 hour 47, it does. Which is a bit odd to be fair, this is very odd anyway. Which I think the Bosch Series 4, that never stays there at a certain time. Which I don't know what remaining time it is for the Bosch Series 4, like on sportwear. Anyway. So again, you can have less ironing, low setting, and medium setting for less ironing. And low heat, as you can see, low heat is 2012 minutes for low heat. Again, that stays at remaining time, which is 2012 minutes, as I've just pressed low heat. So yeah, so that's low heat setting. And then when I turn it off, it takes us back to 1 hour 47. And again, you've got a buzzer to count. So you can have buzzer on there. And so yeah, so if you have dog drying, we tend to dry with darks and etc. and all that. We tend to dry with darks and whatever it is though. We tend to actually do it dry with darks and all that anyway. So yeah, that's what we tend to mostly do with darks anyway. We tend to do on outdoor dry. But to be fair though, because we kind of do actually dry with, like, you know, if you had to dry with like high-vis jacket and all that. So yeah, if you tend to have to dry with high-vis jacket and all that, So yeah, that's what you have to dry it for. However, you have to dry it with high-vis jacket or waterproof coats. But waterproof coats isn't used for the outdoor side anyway, but it can be used for waterproofs as well anyway. If you had to do it on low heat setting, you had to put it on outdoor dry and you had to do it on low heat. So yeah. And then move on to this cycle, which you guys have already, which this cycle we have used apparently. As you can see, we've got the hygienic dry. This is the hygiene dry, which that was the first time we did, which you guys have already watched this video. I remember we used to dry with my bedding in it one time. Which so yeah, for the hygienic dry, we tend to dry with bedding and all duvet in it, wherever it is. So yeah, for the hygienic program, we tend to dry with bedding and all that. So yeah, and that takes me to about 1 hour 39 minutes. So with standard for hygienic dry, it's 1 hour 21 minutes without the adjust, which that's just the standard dry. And the low adjust is 1 hour 27. Medium adjust is 1 hour 33 minutes, and high adjust is 1 hour 39 minutes. Which I feel, to me, I tend to do it on high adjust dry, but rather than just doing standard anyway. So yeah. So with less ironing, you can also have less ironing, low setting, and again you can have medium setting on there. But with low heat, it's 1 hour 29 minutes without adjust setting, which that's just standard. And then low adjust is 1 hour 35, medium adjust is 1 hour 41, and high adjust is 1 hour 47 minutes. So yeah, so that's for low heat. And again, you can have buzzer ascent on there, you can have buzzer ascent on there. So yep, so this time you can have buzzer on there. And moving on to mixed fabrics. So again, this is the mixed fabric cycle, which is similar to like on the Bosch Series 4, that has a mixed low setting. As you can see, you can see we've got the mixed fabrics dry on there. So yeah, as you can see, we've got mixed fabrics dry on there. So as you can see, this is a mixed fabrics dry. So yeah, so to me, with mixed fabrics, we tend to dry with lights and all that. We tend to dry with mixed lights and all that. So yeah, like mixed lights and etc. You know, like lights and whites and all that. We tend to dry with anyway. We tend to dry with lights and whites. So yeah, that's mixed fabrics dry. We tend to do it for anyway. So yeah, that's the mixed fabrics dry you got there. So yeah, but obviously we do actually tend to dry with mixed lights and etc. anyway. Especially if you have to dry with mixed colours and all that, because that will be interesting anyway. Especially if you have to dry with mixed colours and all that anyway. Which you guys have also seen on Wash King 2000 as well. Anyway. So okay, so we're going to start from standard side, which that standard side is 1 hour 58 minutes. Which that's just not really that long anyway. 58 minutes is not long anyway. Don't know how long the 58-minute dry is anyway. Which that's just short dry everything though, because I think the mixed fabrics is a short dry. So yeah, so for the standard without adjust it's 58 minutes. With low adjust it's 1 hour 4 minutes. And the medium adjust is 1 hour 10 minutes. And high adjust is 1 hour 60 minutes for that. So again, you can have less ironing, low setting, medium setting for less ironing. And for low heat, it's the same as what you had on the high setting, on the high adjust setting. That was 1 hour 60 minutes. But this time it's going up anyway. So for low heat setting is 1 hour 60 minutes for the standard low heat. And with low adjust, it's 1 hour 22 minutes. Medium adjust is 1 hour 28 minutes. And high adjust is 1 hour 34 minutes. So that's the low heat setting you got there. If I put it back to high setting. Again, you can have buzzer set on there. So on there you can have buzzer set on there. And now moving on to the time program warm setting. This is the time program warm setting. Again, this is the same thing as what you get on the Bosch. So yeah, so on here you got the time program warm setting. But this time you can't set level adjust setting on there because that's not available on there. As you see, look, you can't set a level adjust on there. So because for the time program warm setting, you can set time drying only though, because you can also set less ironing or low heat as well. and I've also got the account is also able on there. So for the time program warm setting, you've got to set time drawing remaining as well. So you can say first off it starts from 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, 100 minutes. Well, that's 1 hour minute on there, which that takes me to 60 minutes. 1 hour 10 is 70 minutes. 1 hour 20 is 80 minutes. And 90 minutes, that's also 1 hour 30, that's 1 hour 13, that brings to 90 minutes. 1 hour 40 is, that takes to 1 hour. And 1 hour 50 minutes, that takes me to 1 hour 10 minutes. A 2 hour minute is, that takes me to 1 hour 20 minutes. So you've got a 2 hour dry. 2 hours and 10 minutes, that takes me to 1 hour 30 minutes. 2 hours and 20 minutes, that takes me to 1 hour 40 minutes. 2 hours and 30 minutes, that takes me to 1 hour 50 minutes. 2 hours and 40 minutes, that takes me to 1 hour 60 minutes. 2 hours and 50 minutes, that takes me to 1 hour and 70 minutes. And also you've got a 3 hour dry, which again, that takes me to 1 hour 80 minutes. So as you can see, that takes 3 hour minute to dry, it does. Especially with the towels, etc, you know. So the options you can have on there is low. You can have less ironing, low setting, medium setting on as well. And you can have, and you also can select low heat as well. And then again you can have buzzer account on there. So yeah, especially with time program warm, we tend to dry with, you know, especially when the washing is off the line though, etc. We tend to put the clothes in the dryer that's basically been on the washing line. As for me, we tend to do on a 20 minutes or a 30 minutes one. Especially when if it's not dried enough, we tend to do on 40 minutes or 50 minutes. So yeah. And then moving on to the time program cold. So this is the time program cold we're on to. So again, that goes up to 3 hours. So it's 30 minutes. Well, starting from 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, 60 minutes, which that's 1 hour. 1 hour 10 is 70 minutes. Again, 1 hour 80 minutes is 1 hour 20 minutes. 1 hour 30 is 90 minutes. 1 hour 40 minutes is 1 hour a minute. 1 hour 10 minutes is 1 hour 50. 2 hours is, that takes to 1 hour 20. 2 hours and 10 is 1 hour 30 minutes. 2 hours and 40 minutes is 1 hour 20 minutes. 2 hours and 30 minutes, it takes me to 1 hour 50 minutes. 2 hours and 40 minutes. Okay, so 2 hours and 40 minutes, that takes me to 1 hour 60 minutes. 250 minutes, that takes me to 1 hour 70 minutes. And again, 3 hour minutes on there. So again, that takes me to 1 hour 80 minutes. And again, you can have less ironing. Again, you can have less ironing at low setting and medium setting as well. But this time you can't set low heat because the cold setting you can't set low heat this time. But this time you can't set low heat setting because with cold setting you can't set low heat. But only on time program warm you can set low heat if you want. And again, you can have buzzer account on there. And then this one here is the laundry dry, as you can see. So the laundry dry is similar to the delicate dry. So as you can see, you've got a laundry dry which that's similar to delicates. So yeah, so you can see that's the laundry dry. You can see that that's the laundry cycle there, which as you can see. So for the laundry dry is similar. It's exactly the same as what you get on the delicate dry. So as you see, because the laundry dry is similar to the delicates. You know, if I had to dry loads of specials and all that, I tend to do it well, especially when it's like if I had to dry wool blanket, I have to do it on a laundry dry. You know, I have to do it on delicate dry. So again, you can't have a level adjust on there. You can't have a level adjust option on there. But again, you can have less ironing, low setting, and medium setting for less ironing. But this time with laundry drying, you can have a low heat setting, and again you can have buzzer account on there. So yeah, the laundry drying is similar to the delicate setting, which is kind of similar to the delicate setting. So yeah, basically it is similar to the delicates, all that. So yeah, the laundry drying is similar to the delicates. So yeah, the laundry drying is similar to the delicates. And then also the wool finish dry, which so yeah, that's the wool finish dry, which is the same as the Bosch Series 4 though. So the Bosch Series 4 has that cycle, which is the wool finish dry. So for the wool finish dry, you have to dry it with wool jumper and all that. I only have to dry wool jumper only though, but obviously you can't dry with others in it though, because that can just get damp otherwise. And for this one, same again, you can't set a level adjust on the wool finish dry. But anyway, again you can have less iron in low setting and less iron in medium setting. And again for this one you can have low heat setting. For wool finish dry you can have low heat setting and buzzer count as well. So yeah, so for the wool for the wool finish dry you can just literally dry some woolen items in, like jumper and all that, you know, like woolly jumper and all that. You know, you just have to dry with woolen's jumper, you know, because it's only about 6 minute maximum dry anyway, which is the same as on a Bosch Series 4 though, you know, which I have actually previously filmed that anyway. And the next cycle we've got there is rapid 40 minutes. So that's the rapid 40 minute dry you got there. So as you can see here, this is the rapid 40 minute dry. So you can see with the standard it's 40 minutes. And you can have level adjust, which is low setting. And then medium setting is just medium adjust and high adjust. Again, that stays at 40 minutes for this one, which is the same as on the outdoor cycle, which I think on the outdoor cycle was 1 out of 47, which again, that was at 47, 1 out of 47. But I think it's the same on the rapid 40 minutes though, which, you know, you can't set time range because that time range does not climb up on this one. Anyway, so for the rapid 40 minute dry, we tend to, you know, obviously we tend to dry like, you know, when it's really special, we tend to dry with, we do actually tend to dry with, cushions and all that, anyway, like cushion covers and all that. And especially also with something to do with woolens as well, like mixed fabrics you have to dry with anyway. Not as because you have to dry with special fabrics you have to dry with anyway. So yeah, so on this one you can have low setting for less ironing and medium setting as well. But for the low heat, that only climbs up, as you can see that says 45 minutes on there. Whoever you can see that says 45 minutes on there. So for the low heat, that takes me to 45 minutes, which again, that time range doesn't climb up on there anyway, which that time range does not climb up. And again, you can have buzzer setting on there. So yeah, that's the rapid 40 minute dry. And then on here, you got the shirts 15 dry, the shirts 50 minute dry, which again, you can actually dry. So it's the same as on the Bosch Series 4 though. You can actually dry with So for the shirts 50 minute dry, you have to dry with you know, like work shirt and all that, you know, which that cycle we haven't used yet on the Bosch Series 4 anyway, which we will be able to catch up on it hopefully. Probably in a few years time maybe, might have to catch up and doing the shirt cycle, the shirts 50 cycle on the Bosch Series 4, which if that cycle we've not used yet, apparently which that shirts 50 we've not used yet anyway. So again, so as you can see, the level adjust, which I think the standard was 50 minutes. So as you see, the level adjust went up to 70 minutes for low adjust, and medium adjust is 90 minutes, and high adjust is 21 minutes on there. So again, less ironing, you can have low setting for less ironing, and medium setting for less ironing. And for low heat this time, that takes me to 80 minutes for low heat, with standard is 80 minutes. And low adjust setting is 20 minutes. Medium setting is 22 minutes. And high setting is 24 minutes, which is not bad actually, to be fair. But anyway, and again you can have buzzer setting on there. So yeah, for the shirts 50, we only dry with if you had to dry with shirts, if you had to dry with special shirts and all that, we tended to on the shirts 50 minute dry. Especially the same on the rapid though, rapid 40 minutes though. Especially the time does actually kind of drop a bit. Actually, it does actually drop the time though, because on the rapid 40 minute dry, it does actually kind of drop the time slightly. It does. You know, when your clothes are not actually really dried though, it doesn't actually dry properly on the rapid 40 minutes, and the shirt's 50 as well. But which is a bit odd to be fair though, because I remember I used to do super quick 40 on the Bosch Series 4 though. You know, when I had to dry with cushion covers, but that cushion covers wasn't even dry properly though. But I think because the rapid 40 minute dry, that does actually kind of drop out the time. Sadly, it does actually drop the time. It does actually kind of drop the time down. It does, which was obviously because to be fair, that does actually kind of drop the time. It does anyway. So yeah, the rapid 40 minute dry, it does actually kind of drop out the time. It does. You know, when the time just goes down. Well, anyway. So yeah, that's why it's the same as on the Bosch Series 4 though, and it's probably the same on this machine as well, apparently. So yeah, and now moving on to the Easy Care setting, which you can see this is the Easy Care iron dry. Now on to Easy Care iron dry. So as you can see, we're now moving on to Easy Care iron dry setting, which again you have. So for the Easy Care dry. So for the Easy Care iron dry, again you could dry it with dog beds and all that, but this time it's even quicker than Cotton's though. So again, that's even much quicker compared to Cotton's one, which Cotton's one is even longer, but the Easy Care one is even shorter. So yeah, this is the Easy Care iron dry we're now moving on to. So for the standard rate is 37 minutes, and then for the low adjust setting is 39 minutes, and for medium adjust setting is 41 minutes, and high adjust is 43 minutes, and with less ironing you can have low setting and high setting as well, well medium setting whatever it is. So yeah, and with low heat that takes me to 43 minutes this time with standard. With low adjust is 45 minutes, medium adjust is 47 minutes, and high setting is 49 minutes, which is obviously takes me to nearly 50 minutes or so. But anyway, and again you can have buzzer setting on there as well. So yeah, this is the Easy Care setting. So as you can see, that's the Easy Care setting we got there. And moving on to Easy Care Cover Dry. That's the normal Easy Care Cover Dry. So as you can see, that's the standard rate, which takes me to 46 minutes. So for standard it's 46 minutes. So yeah, so the Easy Care Cover Dry, I think for this one we tend to dry with, if you had to dry with small load, if you had to dry with so for the Easy Care Cover Dry, if you have to dry with small loads and all that, anyway, very small load. But if the clothes are not really dry, then there is a such thing, we're gonna have to re-put it on and we start again anyway. So for the Collins Cover Dry, for the Easy Care Cover Dry, sorry, not for the Collins one, but so yeah, so for the Easy Care Cover Dry, that I remember we did actually dry with dressing gowns in the Bosch Series 4 that time, and especially with underwear as well. And it turns out that was really damp that time. So yeah, so for the 46 minutes one, use for the standard rate, you can have low adjust setting, which that takes me to 49 minutes. Again, which this time it comes on for 3 minutes. So for the medium adjust is 52 minutes, and high adjust is 55 minutes for that one. And for the low and less ironing low setting, you can have, and medium less ironing setting as well. And for low heat is 52 minutes. So with standard is 52 minutes. And low adjust setting is 55 minutes. Medium adjust is 58 minutes. And for the high setting is this time is 1 hour and 1 minute. That takes me almost an hour dry though. So yeah, so that's 1 hour and 1 minute for the high adjust setting. And again, you can have buzzer setting on there. And then finally, the last program, as we now move on to, is Easy Care Cupboard Extra Dry. So here we are, guys. Here's the last cycle. So as you can see, this is now the Easy Care Cupboard Extra Dry. As you can see, that's the Easy Care Cupboard Extra Dry we're now moving on to. So yeah, so for the Easy Care Cupboard Extra Dry is with standard is 51 minutes. But with that one, I tend to also dry with dressing gowns in it as well. So you also could dry dressing gowns in it, or whatever dog beds you also could do as well. If you had to dry with Easy Care stuff, like Easy Care clothes and all that anyway. So yeah, So for the 51 minute for these cupboards extra dry, with standard it's 51 minutes. This time it's coming up in 4 minutes. So with low just it's 55 minutes. Medium just is 59 minutes, and then high just is 1 hour 3 minutes. So anyway, so low setting you can have less ironing, you can have less ironing with low setting, and medium setting as well with less ironing. And with low heat it's 57 minutes with standard, and low just 1 hour 1 minute, and medium just is 1 hour 5 minutes, and then high adjust is 1 hour 9 minutes. So again you can have buzzer setting on there, and that is probably it though. And then it's back to beginning though, back to beginner off, so you can see, and then back to the beginning to where we started, to where we've just now started from, was cottons cupboard extra dry. So yeah, it's just now takes me back to where we started though. So yeah, so as you can see you've got the finish in dry, which I pressed look, obviously there you go. It was on 4 hour minute just then anyway. As you can see, it got 1 hour dry, which that takes me to time dry. It's got 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, 11 hours, 12 hours, 13 hours, 14 hours, 15 hours, 16 hours, 17 hours, 18 hours, 19 hours, 20 hours, 21 hours, 22 hours, 23, and then it takes me to 24 hours. And there we go, it's back to where we started though. Back to where we started when we started from 0 hours anyway. So for max spent time today is 24 hours for the tumble dryer, as you can see. So for the time today, it's just takes me to 24 hours. It does for this dryer. I want to say this dryer is actually such in a good condition. That one is, I have to say. But anyway, so you can see this, that's the setting you got there. Anyway, don't know if you can see that you got the. As you can see, you got main drying, iron dry, cover dry, and then the end crease, which you can see is right there, which that's the stasis that you got there anyway. I think it's the same as on the Bosch Series 4 though, because the Bosch Series 4 has stasis, I think. Yeah, the Bosch Series 4 has stasis on there. Which, to be fair though, this machine is actually in the matching set of this machine apparently. God, because this machine here, as you can see, that also has stasis. You know, like it has stasis wash, so I could like rinse and spin on that as well, and also the end lock as well. So yeah, that is pretty much the overview done for this machine apparently, for the Siemens iCenter extra for the Siemens iCenter extra cluster WT46G491 GB/12 9 kg condenser center dryer. So yeah, bit surprised though. I haven't been doing any videos for the past 1 month ago, which you guys have already known about. It's because I have been doing live stream lately, because this machine here is only about 1 month year old apparently, because this dryer here is about 1 month year old though apparently. So yeah, as you can see, this dryer here is about 1 month old apparently. It's about 1 month year old, as you can see. I would say is very much good quality, I have to say though, especially the much better door glass compared to the Bosch Series 4 though, which the other one doesn't have the see-through door glass. So yeah, apparently so. Also, it does have the same thing on there as well. This also has the same thing compared to the Bosch anyway. So yeah, especially I love the see-through door glass to it, which is so smart apparently. That's the smartest dryer I ever think though anyway. But hopefully we will get one and use the dryer apparently soon. Anyway, don't know what the next cycle we could do anyway. Obviously we did say we might be drying some towels now, hopefully. We might be doing the cottons cupboard extra dry for towels and etc. But we'll probably have to see what that's like anyway, if we do towels on cottons cupboard extra dry though. Which hoping we might get around and do it hopefully. Maybe for the time though anyway. And especially we might be hopefully going back to film the Siemens hopefully. That washer right there that you see, look, with that one I haven't filmed for a while. Especially we have got some new detergent dryer to try on this machine apparently. So yeah, which I have got loads of new detergent dryers out for this machine, which I'm hoping I might get around and use the Siemens hopefully. Maybe during, I may probably get around during this weekend, maybe, I'm not sure, to be fair, because I don't really know what's happening though. But anyway, which I hope I might get around and use the Siemens hopefully soon. Hopefully I might get around and use it anyway, for the time. So yeah, that beaded machine there, you can see, that's the Siemens washer right there, Siemens extra class there, wash machine, you know, which you guys have already seen, anyway, which I'm hoping I might be able to get back and do the return video of the Siemens washer anyway, you know, so yeah, I was hoping to see what that's like anyway, especially we might do the washer and dryer waste video between these two machines, especially I have done it on Livestream though for Washkin 2000, we could probably do washer dry waste between them two. Apparently, we could probably do a washer dry waste between these two machines for the Siemens tumble dryer and the Siemens washer as well. Which I'm hoping I might get around and do the washer dry waste part. Actually, I might get around and do a washer dry waste part for these two. So yeah, which I'm hoping I might get around and do it. Maybe probably get around and do it maybe next month or so when it's not even raining. Also, when it is raining, I might get around and do washer dry waste part for these two. Which that'll be interesting to see who wins on this one anyway. Especially they're in the both matching Saturday, which I pretty much like, to be fair. I pretty much like both of these machines in the matching Saturday, which I quite like the matching set compared to the ones in the artillery, which are unpaired matching set, but the doors are not pretty much the same though. Especially like on the Bosch Series 6 washer and the Bosch Series 4 condenser dryer, which they're both are not matching set, but these two are, which, you know, managed to get this dryer apparently. Well, obviously because both of these machines are 9 kgs anyway. Basically this one here is a 9 kg and this one here is also 9 kg. Anyway, so yeah, hopefully we might get around and do the Collins cover dry side video, especially with towels and all that. Might be able to try it with towels extra, etc. and all that for the Siemens condenser center dryer, which I hope you might be able to dry them some towels in there, hopefully on the Collins cover dry extra dry. Or if not, then we might get around and do a wash and dry waste part for these two. So yeah, we might get around and do a wash and dry waste part for these two machines. Anyway, I don't know what cycle we could probably do. We might get around and do the cotton side, hopefully. But anyway, we might get around and do the cotton side for these two. So yeah, or not necessarily, we might be able to do the mixed fabric side as well. Not necessarily the third cycle we might be able to do for these two. We might do on mixed fabrics, and then hopefully we might get onto the cotton side afterwards. Anyway, so yeah. So yeah, as you can see, that's my first review on this Siemens iCenter Extra Class WT46G491 /12 condenser sensor dryer, which you guys have already seen this anyway. Which this one has come from Mnemonics anyway. Which this one you've already seen this replaced from the Bloomberg TKF 84550. So yeah, hopefully we might try out a new detergent drive for this machine apparently, for the Siemens iCenter iCoDrive Extra Cluster WM140 492 GB/72, which hopefully we might be trying a new detergent drive for this machine. Hopefully we might get around and do it. Hopefully anyway, trying out a new detergent drive. So yeah, for the Siemens iCoDrive Extra Cluster. So yeah, which I have got some new detergent drive in there to use anyway. Especially the fabric conditioner that needs using up as well anyway. So yeah, which I'll probably show you now look anyway, before I go. As you can see, here's the new detergent dryer. As you can see, they've got the Astro Seneca Delica Non-Bio 2-in-1 liquid, and then also this one here I have actually been using, which is the Astro Non-Bio 2-in-1 washing liquid, and I've also got some 4mm 3-in-1 capsules as well, which hopefully we might be able to get around and try them hopefully. I think the first one we might be able to get around and use the 4mm one first anyway, and then hopefully for the next part we might be able to get around and use this detergent. Also, still got the Daisy Female fabric conditioner, which that's also a new detergent drive, and I've also the Surf Watermelon Breeze as well, which hopefully also might be getting around and do that hopefully. Well, I probably might get around and do 3 videos for the Siemens hopefully, for the Siemens washer, especially with the new detergent dryer. Oh, and also this one as well, Swell one, hopefully. So yeah, so hope you guys enjoy watching this video, by the way. And so yes, hopefully we might get around and do more videos of the Siemens condenser centre dryer, hopefully, and especially the Siemens washer as well. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, by the way, of my first review on the Siemens iCenter Extra Class WT46G491 GB/12 condenser centre dryer. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, by the way. But anyway, give me any requests needed for these two machines, and especially for these two machines from the Eternium, like Bosch 36 9 kg 300 spin, WT46G491, no, sorry, one model, because that's for the Siemens, a WAT28371 GB/69 washing machine, or the Siemens iCenter iCodrive Extra Cursor WM140 491 GB/72. And we'll start for this one here, the Siemens iCenter Extra Class WT46G491/12, and the Bosch 34 WTN832/1 condenser centre dryer as well. Just need me, guys. Just give me a shout out wherever you need me, and then I'll be here for you guys. And so yeah, I'll probably still get to do any request video for, for these two machines from the garage, and also these two from the Eternium as well. So wherever you guys need me, just give me a shout wherever you need me on the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification wherever you need me as well. So don't forget to subscribe to me wherever you need it as well. So that'll be so brilliant. So yeah. So by the way, guys, so thanks for watching. And so yeah, I shall see you guys later. And so yeah. So by the way, so see you guys later, and Hoppy Lovers, famous YouTuber at all times, and stay safe, and goodbye.